So Patrick, so Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs just won their second Super Bowl in a row. It's officially a dynasty, and I feel like it's just the beginning of much, much more. It's kind of crazy to think that no team in NFL history has done a three-peat. I think we're about to see it next year. Before I talk about Patrick Mahomes' current contract situation for next year and the upcoming years, I want to quickly talk about what just happened. Slow start for the Chiefs, and the 49ers just couldn't pull away and get a bigger lead. When it was 10-3, 10-3, 10-6, like I felt like it was that score for almost 3 quarters. And you just knew when it was 10-3 that eventually Mahomes would take the lead. That's just not enough. There was a point early in the game when the 49ers pass rush was really getting to the Chiefs. That was the only moment where I was kind of concerned, and that was in the first quarter. But besides that, really no concerns if you were a Chiefs fan while watching that Super Bowl. That Super Bowl as a whole, I mean, it wasn't a terrible game. It was a fair to decent game. Like, it was an okay Super Bowl until the fourth quarter and the last 5 minutes. I don't remember. Actually, the Seahawks-Patriots Super Bowl was pretty intense, but besides that game, that was probably the most intense, close, just nerve-wracking 5 minutes of ball I've seen in a long, long time. Just really tight, lots of third downs, really methodical, just really nerve-wracking. That was... But yeah, the game definitely started off kind of decent, but it ended in pretty legendary way the last 5 minutes and then the overtime. One last thing about that game, the 49ers had them there at the end, and I know hindsight, I know armchair critic, blah, 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 but the 49ers had a chance to really win that game there. 2-minute warning, 3rd down and 5, I believe. The Chiefs have 2 timeouts left. You get a first down in that situation, game's over. Jake Moody's going to nail that field goal. The formation was right on that 3rd down and 5 call. Split shotgun, so Purdy had a running back on each side. And it was a quick throw. At least it looked like it was a quick play, but the blitz just got him. I don't know if it was execution or whatever, but I just think in that situation, it's 3rd down and 5, 2 timeouts left. You get a first down, it's over. You got to run the ball there, man. It's a tie game. You have McCaffrey. McCaffrey is your bread and butter. You run the ball there. So, worst case scenario, let's say you don't go for it on 4th down. They lose a timeout. That's huge. But let's say you do run it there on 3rd down, and it's 4th and 2, 4th and 3. You go for it again, and you get it. You get it, and you win the game. They have no timeouts left. It's done. You run out that clock. It's over. I know sidelines can get hectic at times, and there's a lot going on. There's a lot of people in your ear as a coach. You know, your mind's running, your mind's racing. I get that, the pressure, the lights, especially the Super Bowl, man. I get it, but you had the 2-minute warning to really think about it. It wasn't a terrible play call. That's the difference. I mean, when you're going up against an all-time great quarterback, you got to be ultra aggressive. That's the only way to beat them. You got to be ultra aggressive, or you got to have some sort of miracle play, i.e. Mario Manningham, i.e. David Tyree. Which brings up my next point. I don't know if it's just me, but like I've never seen a professional athlete be this dominant ever. I mean, Mahomes looks unstoppable. He's way more talented than Brady. I love Brady. Obviously, he's the GOAT, but Mahomes, he's right there. He's right there. And if we're just looking at like pure talent alone, he's better than Tom, naturally. But he just looks unstoppable. And who in the NFC is going to really beat him? Nobody in the NFC is going to beat him anytime soon. It's going to come within the AFC. If anybody's going to stop them, it's going to come within the AFC. I don't even know. Like, the NFL needs some sort of like Eli Manning type figure to really take this guy down. I know Joe Burrow did it once in double overtime, and then Tom Brady the two other times, but like Tom Brady's gone, man, and Joe Burrow, I still believe in Joe Burrow. I don't know. Zach Taylor, Andy Reid. I don't know. We'll see. With that rivalry in the future. But he's just unstoppable. Like, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of cool, and it's kind of like bleak. It's really bleak if you're not a Chiefs fan. I mean, that was a heartbreaking loss for the 49ers. Like, I feel like their window's been open for quite some time, but it's got to be close to being shut down because cap space is getting tight. They got to make some moves. So I don't know about the 49ers. I don't know about anybody against the Chiefs because they're going to be even better next year, which is crazy to say unless major injuries occur for that team. But like, who is going to beat Mahomes? Who is going to be this generation's Eli Manning? We need somebody to step up. I have no idea who that is. I feel like it could be Jordan Love, maybe Justin Herbert. I don't know. I just really believe in Jim Harbaugh. I believe in Matt LaFleur. I believe in Jordan Love. We'll see what the future holds. But speaking of contracts, multiple reports came out before the Super Bowl of Patty Mahomes restructuring his contract, so the team has more cap space to work with from a year-to-year basis. Basically, they want to follow the Tom Brady route. Tom Brady is obviously, he took a lot of pay cuts during his Patriot and Tampa Bay days so that, you know, he could add talent and the teams could always stay competitive. And I mean, the Chiefs just won back-to-back Super Bowls with not necessarily a bare bone rosters, but rosters that were definitely not as stacked as their opponents. I mean, the Eagles had a better roster, and the 49ers have a better roster too on paper. I mean, the Chiefs' best receiver was Rice this year, and he was a rookie. Like, hypothetically, imagine if they add a Mike Evans or a Hopkins or just anybody, like a T. Higgins even. Scary hours for all 31 NFL teams. That's really all I gotta say. I just have a question for y'all. Like, who's gonna be the next Eli Manning? I personally think the only way to stop Mahomes is someone in the AFC. No one in the NFC is gonna do shit. AFC is so much better than the NFC, but we'll see. Maybe Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers. Maybe Jordan Love. Maybe Joe Burrow. Maybe CJ Stroud. Let me know what y'all think. That's all I got. Peace.
Big first down. by the offense that time. Here in the second half, they're losing a close game, and you get that first down. It just gives you confidence. It opens up the playbook, and it just gives you a better chance of going down the field and getting the score.
Woodhead's taking the handoff.
When you run the football like this and you show toughness, there is no doubt when you fake it and try to throw the football down the field, the quarterback's